Winner! Hi, my name's Ryan, I'm from Mobility Shop, and I'm here today to talk about the Pride Go Chair. The Pride Go Chair is one of the smallest electric wheelchairs on the market, or technically a power chair. The major difference, well, I like to call it a difference between an electric wheelchair and a power chair specifically, is an electric wheelchair generally looks like a normal push wheelchair. It's got two usually rear wheels and handles on the back which the wheels can disengage and you can push the person along. A power chair though basically has got no way of pushing from behind and is completely controlled by the joystick mechanism, as is an electric wheelchair, but that's the major difference between the two of them. Some people, it's not too important, some people will sort of bring the two together. It's about the same. Now, an electric wheelchair or a power chair both have two motors underneath the rear of the machine. Now this allows the electric wheelchair or power chair to turn on its own axis, which is important because it allows for a lot more maneuverability, which means indoors is a lot easier to travel around in. A scooter generally has to keep doing either 3, 4, 5-point turns. If you get it in a hallway, you start looking like the Austin Powers movie where he's trapped and trying to get out. An electric wheelchair is a lot more indoory. Now, there are people that will use them outdoors too. Something of this size isn't very good outdoors. It's mainly an indoor machine. It's got a 4-centimeter ground clearance, which means if you go down a curb, you might find that it bottoms out, or you just don't get over sticks and bumps and grass and things like that. It just won't handle it very well. However, there is one thing that the Go Chair will excel at, and that is breaking apart to fit into a car. Now, the last time I did a break apart on one of these upstairs for a video review, it was on the Go-Go and it was all out of view. So I do apologise if I don't have it in view all the time. I'll do my best. What I'll do is first we'll take the chair off, and the chair weighs around 15 kilos. It's not too light, but it's not too heavy. It's manageable, and you can usually fit this into the boot of a car quite easily. And you'll see on the front here of the chair, the handset. Very simple. It's got a on-off button, a horn, and a speed control, variable speed control, and obviously the joystick that you can use to direct the machine. Now, what I did to take that off is unplug the main drive cord, which isn't too important. It's pretty easy to do. Now, underneath, we have the electric charger that plugs from the wall into the machine. Next step to disassembling is to pull the battery pack upwards. Now, this battery pack contains 2 sealed lead acid batteries. Now, SLA batteries, which we cover in a lot of the articles on the site, there are specific ways of charging them, rules to help improve battery life, etc. We won't go into that now. The main thing about this is its weight, around 10 kilos for 12 amp. You can't get any optional extras to improve the battery life on this machine. The Go-Go you can get fitted with 18 amp, but for the Go Chair, it's just the 12s. You'll notice here, underneath the flap, a charging port, standard 3-pin charging port. This is a standard over electric wheelchairs and electric mobility. There's also a circuit breaker in case you overload the machine or something happens. Now, next piece, there is a latch. See if I can get this over to see. There's a latch, and it's just in front of the post there. Now, once we flick that clasp, it will separate the rear from the front. So I'll do that now. And now if I tilt, I'll see if I can bring it into focus a bit more. If I can tilt this backwards, the whole thing will stand up on its own end and the machine will break in half. Here's the front piece, which, as you can see, and here's the rear. Now, the base itself weighs around 30 kilos combined front and rear. Gives the machine a total weight of approximately 55 kilograms. Still too much for one person to lift all in one piece, but once broken apart, it's manageable. While I've got this here, you'll also notice 2 yellow tabs here. These are your free release levers. Similarly to a car, a go-go won't drive if it's in neutral, but it will roll. Now, again, like a car, if it's in neutral, you can push it and it won't drive, and vice versa. So basically, if you need to push the go chair, you disengage those levers and then you can push the chair. This is handy if you run out of battery power, you get stuck somewhere, or you just want to move it around and you don't know how to drive it. Now I'm going to put these locator lugs back on here, and we're going to tilt this forward now, and the base connects back together again. We'll also then put the latch back together, and we've assembled the base. Obviously, the building it is in reverse, so we'll just put the batteries back on. It's easier if I do it this way. And then the chair back on as well. Now, rather than bore you with telling you how to build this, I'll go over some of the other specs. The chair itself, the Go chair, will travel just over 5 kilometers an hour. This will allow the user to get around the house at an average speed without hurting anybody. That's why the Go chair is fantastic for places like respite homes, care facilities, shopping centres, because they're not too dangerous. You're not going to go speeding around. An electric scooter, some of them will go up to 10-15 kilometers an hour, depending on the model. Electric wheelchairs a little bit slower. Because they go slower and there are 2 motors, it increases reliability to an extent. There's less strain on the motors. Now the range, depending on the terrain, the person's weight, and different other factors, temperature, they all vary, but the average range is about 15 kilometers. Inside a house, it's going to be very hard to work out how far you've traveled, but you would usually get sufficient power out of the machine for a day's work indoors. Best way to charge these up is just overnight. When you're finished at the end of the day, or maybe you're working on a computer, you just lift that flap under here, plug it into the wall using your 3 amp charger. Now the Go chair is available in red and blue. Both of these options are available on our website. The Pride Go chair has a 2-year machine warranty, excluding batteries. Batteries have a life of around 2 years, so a 2-year machine parts warranty, and are available to buy on our website at www.themobilityshop.com.au. If you have any questions about this editorial, or perhaps you just want to ask some more questions on the Go chair, you can call us on 1300 133 505 and speak to one of our friendly staff members. Anyway, thank you for watching and safe travels.